For the sake of this video, we'll make the assumption that our stop is legal. So we're going to talk about the frisk part of the stop and frisk. A frisk is typically defined as a pat-down of the outer clothing of a suspect lawfully detained by a law enforcement officer for the purposes of determining if the stopped individual possesses a dangerous weapon. Although we often refer to a stop and frisk as a singular action, it really is two separate actions, and the frisk doesn't happen automatically simply because we can justify the stop. The frisk has to be justified independently from the stop. If an officer stops an individual, the officer will ask questions related to the suspicion for the stop. Might ask the suspect to identify himself, might ask what he's doing in that part of the neighborhood, or what he's doing on this sidewalk at this particular time of the day. If the answers to the questions do not satisfy the officer's suspicion that the individual possesses a dangerous weapon, a limited pat-down search would be conducted. Factors that go into justifying the frisk include an individual known for dangerousness, when the individual is suspected to have committed a dangerous felony, when the officer observes visual clues that suggest the presence of a weapon, or if the suspect is making furtive gestures that suggest he or she may be reaching for a weapon. So again, we don't automatically frisk if the answers to the officer's questions sound legitimate and would dispel the officer's notion that the person is carrying a dangerous weapon. Then the frisk would not be justified. So even though we see this term stop and frisk as a hyphenated term and we refer to it as stop and frisk, it is two separate actions. It is a stop and, if necessary, it is a frisk.